The Duel. The Gingham dog and the Calico cat side by side on the table sat. 'Twas 12:30, and what do you think? Not one nor the other had slept a wink. The old Dutch clock and the Chinese plate appeared to know as sure as fate there was going to be a terrible spat. I wasn't there. I simply state what was told to me by the Chinese plate. The Gingham dog went bow wow wow, and the Calico cat replied meow. The air was littered an hour or so with bits of gingham and calico, while the old Dutch clock in the chimney place up with its hands before its face, for it always dreaded a family row. Now mind, I'm only telling you what the old Dutch clock declares is true. The Chinese plate looked very blue, and wailed, "Oh dear, what shall we do?" But the Gingham dog and the Calico cat wallowed this way and tumbled that, employing every tooth and claw in the awfulest way you ever saw. And oh, how the Gingham and Calico flew! Don't fancy I exaggerate, I got my news from the Chinese plate. Next morning where the two had sat, they found no trace of dog or cat, and some folks think unto this day that burglars stole the pair away. But the truth about the cat and the pup is this: they ate each other up. Now what do you really think of that? The old Dutch clock told me so, and that is how I came to know. By Eugene Field. Good night. The rabbits play no more, the little birds are weary, the buttercups are folded up. Good night, dears, good night, my dearie. The children in the country, the children in the city, go to their beds with nodding heads. Good night, my pretty. Rose Fyleman. Little seeds we sow in spring. Little seeds we sow in spring, growing while the robins sing. Give us carrots, peas, and beans, tomatoes, pumpkins, squash, and greens. And we pick them, one and all, through the summer, through the fall. Winter comes, then spring, and then little seeds we sow again. By Else Holmland Minarik. Spring. As my eyes search in the prairie, I feel the summer in the spring. Chippewa Indian poem. The Poppyland Express by St. Louis Star Sings. The first train leaves at 6 p.m. for the land where the poppy blows. The mother is the engineer, and the passenger laughs and crows. The palace car is the mother's arms. The whistle a low sweet strain. The passenger winks and nods and blinks and goes to sleep on the train. At 8 p.m. the next train starts for the Poppyland afar. The summons clear falls on the ear, all aboard for the sleeping car. But what is the fare to Poppyland? I hope it is not too dear. The fare is this: a hug and a kiss, and it's paid to the engineer. So I ask of him who children took on his knee in kindness great, take charge, I pray, of the trains each day that leave at 6 and 8. Keep watch of the passengers, thus I pray, for to me they are very dear, and special ward, O gracious Lord, over the engineer. Spring wind. The west wind dances down the lane and sets the robins winging. It has sent a message sweet and plain, for some folks hear it singing. Oh hurry, gather daffodils, they're scattered all over the hills, as thick as anything. The little buds unfold again, in buff and white and gold again. It's spring, spring, spring. The west wind races up the road and sets the green grass sprouting. It wakes the turtle and the toad, and some folks hear it shouting. Oh hurry, fetch your bat and ball, put on your oldest shoes of all, and cap and everything. It's turning fine and hot again, the boys are in the lot again. It's spring, spring, spring. By Nancy Byrd Turner. The years at the spring. The years at the spring, and days at the morn, mornings at 7, the hillsides dew pearled, the lark's on the wing, the snail's on the thorn. God is in his heaven, all's right with the world. By Robert Browning. Spring morning. Where am I going? I don't quite know. Down to the stream where the kingcup grows, up on the hill where the pine trees blow. Anywhere, I don't know. Where am I going? The clouds sail by. Little ones, baby ones, over the sky. Where am I going? The shadows pass. Little ones, baby ones, over the grass. If you were a cloud and sailed up there, you'd sail on waters blue as air. And you'd see me here in the field and say, "Doesn't the sky look green today?" Where am I going? The high rocks call. It's awful fun to be born at all. Where am I going? The ringdoves coo. We have beautiful things to do. If you were a bird and lived on high, you'd lean on the wind when the wind came by. You'd say to the wind when it took you away, "That's where I wanted to go today." Where am I going? I don't quite know. What does it matter where people go? Down to the wood where bluebells grow? Anywhere, anywhere. I don't know. A. Milne.